Hello again folks, it's Dave here from Creative Guitar Lounge. Today I wanted to look at one of my favourite scales, modes, feels if you like, and it's the harmonic minor. We'll call it a scale. I mean, it's a scale, but it's also a mode. And the main thing about all of these, whatever you want to call them, is that they all have a certain feel. And to me, the harmonic minor is this kind of feel. So I just wanted to show you a really nice couple of patterns and ways that you can kind of run around with this and have a lot of fun. It's really good. Obviously it's a minor scale, so it's nice over things like A minor, E, F, for example, just the chords that you can see that are made up from the scale. And you'll associate this with, it's a bit of a standard of all those neoclassical guys, you know, Ritchie Blackmore, I guess, one of my favourites, Yngwie Malmsteen, who took that to a whole new level, those kind of guys. So that kind of neo-teutonic heavy metal kind of vibe, where it's the kind of speed metal, thrashy guys. But actually, it became popular in pop music, if you like, way back in the 60s, with bands like the Rolling Stones, Paint It Black, which I'll actually put a link to at the end. I've done a little tutorial on Paint It Black, how to play that, and that's harmonic minor scale. I think Jefferson Airplane and all sorts of people, the Doors, played around with that kind of stuff in the 60s because it gave it a slight, I guess, kind of psychedelic Eastern kind of flavour. But anyway, without any more ado, we'll look at this in, again, like all of the stuff that I teach, it's kind of based on knowing where root notes are. And if we just take a key, again, one of my favourites, A, because it's kind of easy to play all over the neck, and it's a really good key for guitar. So if we start in A with a root note of A, the harmonic minor scale goes like this, in this position. So that's us straight back to the A. But the nice little pattern for me comes in the kind of next octave. So here's our A again at the octave. So from here, that takes us to that nice little pattern that I showed you a second ago. So if we go closer, those are just some of the things that you can do with that, but you've obviously, you can go from this root note here all the way down quite quickly to your octave A note right up here, which is kind of nice. So on the 5th fret, bottom E string, we have our root note of A, and we're going to go from there to the 7th fret and then the 8th fret. Same again on the A string. And then on the D string, we have A flat and then A to end the scale. So, and that's us back to the root. So, okay, and then going again from here, pardon me, our next part, again we're on A, so we're going to go from the 7th fret on the D string, which is our A, 2 frets down. And again, same as here, we're going full tone and a semitone. And then what I like to do is, rather than continuing the scale down here, hop over, do a little string skip over to the G string, and same again to the B string, where you can make use of this nice little pattern, which is also quite nice for little chords. And then staying on the B string, if we go, again we do this with this pattern repeats here. So 3-note patterns really. We've also got a kind of 4-note pattern here. Which is really nice for doing legato-y kind of things like. And we can see again that 4-note pattern We can also do here. So I think you can hear from this the really characteristic sound of that harmonic minor scale. Absolutely love it, and it's really nice to just throw in occasionally if you're on a minor chord. It's really nice to just put something like that in there, even if you're just mixing in, as people like Blackmore did, mixing that in with other scales, more, you know, some kind of exotic classical scales, but also major scales and pentatonic blues scales. It's just nice to throw some little flourishes of that kind of, what's it, sort of Moorish flamenco kind of vibe. I always think it gives it. So that's us, harmonic minor. Just a nice little pattern, well, a couple of patterns really, taking you from a root note quite far up the fretboard all the way to another octave, and obviously that is exactly the same pattern, but whichever root note you decide to start on. Yeah, we can do that from any string also, as well as with any scale. It's just obviously we have to remember that things change slightly on the guitar when we get to the B string, otherwise the relationship is kind of one-on-one. For most scales on the other strings, but we just have that slight difference because of E open tuning when we get to our B string. So I hope you found that enjoyable, and I hope you can build that into your own playing. Make use of that, bring it in whenever you want, play with it, do all the legato stuff, hammer-ons, pull-offs, bends, see what you can do with it, and leave me some comments if that's been useful to you, and do feel free to subscribe as well if you find this to be useful, and I hope to see you in another video. Cheers for now.